it's no, 2-3. Hi. You know
Hi.
what Todd was just talking about? Todd was just talking about how awesome Jamal
Yes.
Igle is.
I is. I was. I
You
is.
know, because it's like we are.
We are. Because he is.
Yeah, because he
Yes.
is.
He is.
I mean,
Great.
you know, and he's who we're talking about tonight a
Well,
little bit.
a little bit.
Now,
More so
work
about
comp,
somebody else. But,
mostly Jamal.
well,
Well, I mean, about his book, because
yeah.
WorkCom Nation Trivia. Hello. Hi.
Hello. Hello. And we talk comics. You
We
know.
talk comics and we talk a little trivia. And hey, we forgot to do this last week, but you know how, like, everybody who has a YouTube channel or whatever sits there and says, like, subscribe, follow us,
Yes,
send us
please
money.
like us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't send us money.
No, no. Just click the likes, click the formerly known as tweets. And
Twext. And hey,
is that what they're actually calling it these days? Is the tweets?
no,
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
calling it that.
Oh,
But
okay.
hey,
Yeah.
tonight we are talking about Dudley Datson and the Forever Machine.
Exactly.
And tonight, we're not
Yes.
only playing trivia, we're playing trivia for fabulous prizes,
Absolutely.
notably 2
Mm-hmm.
one-day free passes to the Baltimore Comic Con, where
Mm-hmm.
you might get a chance, if you're really lucky,
Yeah.
to meet Jamal.
Hello.
Yes.
Hey,
Hey.
Virtually
can
live and
I
in
just,
person. And then
I
for the Baltimore
know,
Comic Con, you can meet him for live and in person.
exactly. And
Yeah.
can I just say, so I really like Dudley Dodson. It's a different book that's not different, you know? It's
Right.
accessible. This is a movie. This is
Yeah.
something that you would watch and you would love, etc. But as a comic book, it's really good. And we were talking about, I know Jamal, you're a skilled writer, you're a skilled plotter, you're a skilled editor, you're a skilled um, brand manager, but like you as um, the artist, being able to do dogs, being able to do dogs well, I'm just completely amazed because dogs are hard.
dogs
People,
are
fine.
dogs are
You could.
dogs are exceedingly hard, and this was actually I think part of the reason why when because this was one of a few projects that Scott Snyder, for those of you
Scott Snyder,
yeah
some guy,
yeah
not as important as
Some hack
Jamal.
writer. Then, yeah.
yeah some hack writer,
Not
but
not a
when Scott
hack, but
no
not as important as Jamal.
when Scott and I were discussing projects that he had in mind, excuse me. And he told me about Dudley and like the whole concept. I kind of like as far as like the dog aspect, I sort of took that as a challenge because I'd never done a project where I had to draw animals consistently
Mm-hmm.
like that over the course of the entire series. Maybe like an issue, like a couple panels here or there previously, but not on this level. And drawing dogs is hard. Drawing corgis
Oh
is
yeah,
really hard.
so cute. All right, so hey, but before we get talking too much into it,
Yes.
for those of you who are watching live, and hopefully you are, if you want to play around and play with us live right now, go to crowd.live, click in the code, scan the thing. Winners, the grand prize winner gets a free pass to Baltimore Comic Con. And if you're not watching us live, why not? Join us next week, Tuesday at 9. We'll have another fabulous trivia show. But yeah,
Exactly.
and if you're watching us not live, you should still come to the Baltimore Comic Con
Yes, you should.
and meet Jamal.
Yeah.
All right.
Maybe a few other people, but
There you
especially.
go.
Yes. Now we're going to play a game.
Dudley Datson. Dudley is what? What's going on with Dudley? Jamal, do you remember?
I do actually.
What is it?
Well, Dudley is a student at a very prestigious science academy.
That we'll talk about later. Yeah.
Yeah. And Dudley is about to make a very important presentation.
Is it going well?
Not particularly.
Because Dudley's in his underwear.
Yeah.
And this isn't a dream, y'all. This
Nope.
happens.
It's not one of those dreams where you dream you're naked in front of all the people.
He's not naked. This is
Not
an
naked.
all ages book.
Exactly.
He's just in his underwear,
Still.
not having the best day.
Yeah. Is it a Monday?
It might have been a Monday.
Might have
Now, hey, Dudley, where does Dudley live? Hint, it's not this place.
No. Cool as that is. I want to live there.
I know. I think this is Denver. Maybe it's Baltimore. That's it. Does he live in Baltimore?
Yeah, it's the aquarium because of the flying dolphins and
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jamal, where does Mr. Dudley live?
Mr. Dudley lives in my hometown of New York City.
Yeah.
The Big Apple, as it were.
And was it? This, by the way, is nowhere in New York City, not even Manhattan. Did you just go with New York City because you knew it and it felt right, as opposed to Chicago or Los Angeles?
No, it was a very deliberate choice between Scott and I to set the story in New York and to try to populate it with as many, as much of New York City, particularly Brooklyn, which
What's wrong with Queens?
There's nothing wrong.
From Queens.
There's nothing wrong with Queens at all, but I live in Brooklyn. I grew up in Brooklyn. Brooklyn is a big part of my foundation. So.
Yeah, Brooklyn. I mean, Brooklyn's got a completely different vibe, a completely different aesthetic. It's a little bit older. The buildings are a little bit prettier. But Spider-Man is still from Queens. We claim him.
There's another guy from Brooklyn, though, isn't there?
Technically, I think he's from Brooklyn Heights. Captain America.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Although I think at one point he's from Park. He was in Park. They say he was in Park Slope.
Well,
back when nobody
Not
wanted to live
really.
in Park Slope. Who wanted to live in Park Slope?
So, Dudley's father. Dudley lives with his dad, and Dudley's father works at the high school, at a TV station. Where does he work? Jamal?
He works for the Power Authority.
Nice. Now, I really like, Dudley's a kid in high school. He lives at home with his dad. Mom is not exactly around for reasons that we won't get into, but his dad is great. His dad is loving and caring and supportive and works at a power station.
Yeah, his dad is his biggest supporter, actually.
Exactly. And I'm thinking, tell me if I'm right here, you had his dad work at a power plant because you were inspired by Homer Simpson. Does that sound right?
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. No, I wish I were that clever. But no, the first, obviously for specific story reasons, but don't want to get too into. But his father's job does tie in very much to the plot of the story.
All right. Now, hey, next question. He goes to a high school. He goes to a really nice high school. What's the name of this high school? Do we know the name of his high school?
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. It is A, from Brooklyn Academy of Engineering.
Exactly. It's a very nice high school. By the way, Stuyvesant and Bronx Science are both real high schools.
Yeah.
Millard Fillmore, however, is not. But yeah, Brooklyn Academy of Engineering, really good high school. You should go.
Definitely.
Did you know, fun fact, 3 out of the top 12 American high schools are not only in New York, but part of New York's public school system?
I did not know that, actually.
Well, at one point, yeah. It's really good. So now at the Brooklyn Academy for Engineering,
Mhm.
Jamal's part of a club. What's the club that he's part of?
Glee Club.
It's not. He might be part of Glee Club.
You
Jamal,
know.
is he part of Glee Club?
No, he doesn't have the greatest voice, unfortunately.
Okay.
Okay. So, is he part of Young Entrepreneurs? Because that might be some risky business.
I'll let that one go.
No one got that one. What's he part of?
He is part of the Young Inventors Society.
Correct.
Okay.
And again, the Young Inventor Society, they seem to give a lot of support and resources and to the students, and the students are encouraged to experiment and to invent and just be really creative. And what could possibly go wrong?
Right.
Teenagers in a room full of volatile materials.
Build a volcano, start the first fire.
Volatile materials. Who we kidding? And as we said, Dudley, Dudley's part of the society. There, he gets encouragement. Specifically, he gets encouragement by his teacher, who I also think is the leader. She's a faculty advisor for the Young Inventors.
Yes.
And what's her name? Hint.
What is bird?
Is it Dr. Xavier? Because that would be cool.
No, unfortunately, it's not Dr. Xavier.
All right. So who
I
is
believe
it?
Dr. Watson's in England.
He could telecommute. It could happen.
This is true. No, it is Dr. Shae.
And is Dr. Shae a friend of Dr. Geller?
Not particularly.
Roscoe? Yes. So Dr. Shae is awesome. She's absolutely believes in Dudley. She, even though she knows he's got some particular challenges to overcome. And Dr. Shae, Dr. Adara Shae,
Yes.
she's like not only a really teacher, she's famous, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
She's like,
oh, go ahead.
No, it's your character. You should know.
Well, okay.
It's like
no,
she's famous.
She is a world-renowned expert in robotics and cybernetics, and she started the Young Inventors Society to encourage students to think outside of the box, to do the impossible. So she recognizes, Dudley's obvious talent as an engineer.
Yes. And of course, his unique fashion sense. Can we talk about the glasses?
Yes, we can. Yes, we can. They're not just they're not just for fashion. They are functional as well. The glasses actually have a heads-up display, an interactive heads-up display in them as well that he designed. So they have a variety of functions that get revealed in the book.
Okay. In addition to looking cool.
I always wanted flip-up shapes. I never got them.
That's part of a different world, but
Maybe if you went to a house party with them.
Yeah, I think so.
Again, no one's getting these jokes, but we are.
Yeah.
So anyway, but Dr. Shae.
All the cool kids are.
Dr. Shae, she has a pet. It's a dog. Remember we were talking about the dogs and how tough it is to draw the dogs?
Yes.
She's got a dog named Fido. She's got a dog named.
Fido's not on the list.
Oh,
Cerebus. Oh, no.
that'd go wrong. Fluffy. No, what's the name of her dog?
Her dog's name is Daedalus.
Daedalus.
Yes.
Now, again, I like dogs. Okay, I do.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, a doggy. And the fact that like on every cover for the book, it looks so good. The dogs look so good. I was really excited because it's an animal character that isn't a funny animal character.
Right.
Because a lot of times the funny animal characters are not as intriguing to all ages as others are.
That's true. But I one of the challenges for me in basically teaching myself how to draw dogs over the course of this series was getting because dogs emote just like humans in a lot of ways, actually. The changes in their face, their expression, how they react to things. So I really wanted to bring that across. I wanted to be more than just me like doing static poses of dogs for 5 issues. I really wanted to bring Daedalus to life. And like I was saying before, drawing Daedalus is a corgi, and corgis have very odd body shapes, even for dogs. And it really became sort of this crash course in learning how to draw a corgi and learning how to draw a corgi in 3 dimensions and draw it well.
Did you go out and get a dog? Tell me you went out and got a dog.
I have a dog. I have a pit bull lab mix. His name is Gambino.
Okay, that's not going to help you with corgis because corgis are like.
No, but Gambino thinks he's a corgi.
Okay, fine. Corgis, when you look at corgis, you're like, that can't be right. There's got to, because they're like hot dog They're like hot dog dogs with fur, and it's just like, and they're just ridiculous.
But the way that their head and neck are structured, they're actually like the head and neck are actually on the body as opposed to being in front of the body. Like it's weird. It's like the head's kind of like upright slightly and looking around. So you have to kind of like keep that in mind. The funny part about it also is after I started working on this book, like I don't think I noticed corgis as much until after I started. Now I see corgis everywhere.
Hey,
Mm-hmm.
Queen Elizabeth loved her corgis.
This is true.
Just telling you.
True.
And it's the coolest character in a Cowboy Bebop too. So
That's
True.
Yes.
Was that okay?
Yeah.
Now, Daedalus was a huge part of Greek mythology.
Mm-hmm.
And his son was
Come on, wing it.
Oh.
You gotta be careful though. You fly too close to the sun.
Again. Yes.
Yes, again. So Daedalus from Greek mythology, he's a master inventor, he's a genius craftsman, and he made the wings that Icarus used to fly, and they worked great. But again, realize this is ancient Greece. There was limited glue technology, shall we say? So, the feathers, good, fabulous, but they were all glued to the wings with wax. And when you flew too close to the sun,
You could crash and burn.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Now, for no additional points, and because it amuses me, who recorded the song Flight of Icarus?
Oh.
1983 on the album Peace of Mind.
Oh. On the tip of my tongue. I'm not gonna get it.
Marvel character, mother
Obscure.
or arch rival of Black Widow, depending on the continuity you're dealing with. Todd.
Hydra?
Huh?
Mad Hydra?
No.
Oh,
Iron Maiden.
Iron Maiden.
Sad part is when she first said Marvel character, my brain didn't go to Black
Iron
Widow.
Maiden.
I didn't. Yeah,
Mine went to the obscure reference of when they said Aunt May was once a superhero. And her name was-
Yes, that famous heavy metal band Aunt May.
well, no, that Aunt May was once called the Iron Maiden as a character, as a joke. I think Al Milgrom did a million years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, again,
But it was still Iron Maiden.
yeah. And should you care to follow up on that, Al Milgrom is one of the many
Other guests.
at the Baltimore Comic-Con,
Yes.
along with Jamal. And come to think of it, Scott Snyder, so we can ask him.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, what's this with the corgis? Now, again, talking about Greek mythology, another famous inventor in Greek mythologist was Perdix, or Perdix. Not quite sure how to pronounce it. What did Perdix invent? Jamal?
Well, I could cut through this.
Oh, now he's learning.
Yeah. Perdix invented the saw.
Yes.
Circular logic there.
Yeah. Now, this is a part, if you study Greek mythology or Roman mythology at all, you realize that it kind of doesn't make a lot of sense. Because Perdix, according to Greek mythology, Perdix is either Daedalus' nephew or his sister or both.
Mm.
So all I have to say is what we frequently say here, awkward family dinner. But according to Greek mythology, according to the legend, Perdix was just walking along the seashore and he picked up something like a spine of a fish, and then he sort of took a piece of iron and notched it and, put it together and made the saw.
Yeah, sure.
As you do.
As you do.
So,
as many Greek inventions tend to come about.
It's all Greek to me.
there you go. Now, I actually asked this. If you got our email, if you're on our mailing list and got our email, we asked this, so you have no reason to not know. Who invented the waffle iron? And again, comics teaches you things. This comes up in the book. This is important in the book.
Mm-hmm.
So Jamal, who invented the waffle iron?
That would be Cornelius Swartlock. I think that's how you pronounce it.
Yeah, Swartwoff. Whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, so I did a little digging because this is what I love to do. And Cornelius Swart, this guy, he tried so many inventions. He was like an American inventor. This was the waffle iron was the only one that really took, but it was big. It was huge, He completely revolutionized waffles. We wouldn't eat waffles. We wouldn't know waffles without them.
Absolutely. And it's funny, the Dudley special, which is in the beginning, is my favorite go-to breakfast, which is 2 to 3 Eggo waffles with a fried egg on top.
Oh, nice. Yeah, which,
Yeah.
Depends on how hungry you are. But
it works for me.
Yeah.
Sure.
Eat your
A
sweet
couple of waffles,
protein, you're good to go.
bacon, good to go. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So now, Daedalus, in this book, according to the continuity, Daedalus once helped formed what?
The Girl Scout. No, that's not right.
Not on the list. We're
No,
multiple choice, y'all.
Okay. I know it's not the Dharma initiative.
No.
No, that's what Greg came up with, right?
Yeah.
Uh,
I think, I get a little lost on that one. So Daedalus once helped form the Chemical Society.
Yes.
correct. Now, here's fun. I don't know if you were meaning, but chemical with the Y is maybe obvious, maybe not so obvious. It's a archaic form of chemical, but it also means something slightly different than chemical, because chemical with the Y was back when frankly people didn't know as much about chemicals as they do now, and it was a little bit closer to alchemy and frankly magic.
Yeah.
So now, when was the Chemical Society formed? Do you remember? Because the Chemical Society was formed in the 1800s, but this one sort of predates that, right?
Yes, I think that the fictional Chemical Society in our book, or the actual.
No, your book. In
our book, the actual Chemical Society was formed, I think, around 400 BC.
So, a minute or two before.
Yes.
Yeah.
But again, it was important that the scientists came together to, for communication, for discussion, for discoveries, observations, and just to, be a force for good in the world.
Absolutely.
As you do.
Huh.
Now, in this book, Dr. Shae warns Dudley against what or whom?
It's the needlepoint. Don't get in front of those people that do needlepoint, though.
No.
Needlepoint, proof that I can stab things repeatedly for hours.
They can be quite cross with their stitches if you're not careful.
Keep watching our show. We'll keep you in stitches. Sorry. So Dr. Shae warns Dudley against
the needle's eye.
Yes. Now, needle's eye. Okay. Spoiler alert. And needle's eye. They're a group of folks who, want to get their way, shall we say?
Dressed in very nice white suits.
They're highly motivated.
Yes.
There you go.
As they would say in the corporate world.
What was that? Now when you're saying the white suit, what was that Alec Guinness movie, The Man in the White Suit?
The Man in the White Suit, yeah.
Yeah.
Again, I'm gonna.
There was that. There was also, the obvious was like Mr. Rourke and Fantasy. I like the vision.
Yeah, if you've seen the movie Alec Guinness, The Man in the White Suit, it's a black and white movie, and he's in this indestructible white suit, and it's awesome because of
can't get stained, can't get spills.
Exactly, movie magic.
Yep. There you go.
Wish I had one.
But again. So.
Also, when you think of white suits, I also think of Archangel from Airwolf.
Ooh. Oh yeah, there's a deep.
Yeah, he had a cool white suit.
Alex Cord, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, the deep one's real deep.
Yeah, we named an Alec Guinness movie that wasn't Star Wars. Yeah.
We went there.
But
you kids at home who don't know, that would be the guy who eventually played Obi-Wan Kenobi.
He apparently had a whole career before. Who knew?
Yeah.
All right.
Wasn't just a flash in a pan.
So, Dr. Shae, she's like, Dudley, I'm warning you against Needle's Eye. And Needle's Eye shouldn't get a hold of the answers to the test. No, wait, that's wrong.
Yeah.
The Cougarans? Sorry.
Yeah, that's it.
Yes. Yes.
The MacGuffin.
The MacGuffin.
Is the MacGuffin like a McMuffin, or is the McMuffin
Oh.
a MacGuffin?
Well, if they're hungry, I suppose they could get a hold of McMuffin.
That's true.
Maybe not Dr. McStuffins.
No. Although, she and Dudley could trade lab coats.
There you go.
There we go.
Needle's Eye shouldn't have get a hold of what?
The watch.
Now, for those of you who are sitting there saying, you can't put how could they get a hold of the ziggurat? They could. They come in different sizes. Jamal, for no additional points, do you know what a ziggurat is?
I do not actually.
It's a kind of pyramid, basically. And it's I would go with pyramid,
Right.
argue with me. But it's the one that you can build it with Legos really easy. You build the outer row and then the next row.
I've seen those. Yeah.
You could steal one.
You can absolutely steal one. I think it depends on, like you said, I think it depends on how big it is. If it's
Little
small,
ziggurat.
Yeah,
I just
Pocket
it amused. Don't put a ziggurat in your pocket. No matter how much you might be tempted. Now, in this stories, there's such a thing as an MDI. What is an MDI?
Well, my notebooks are filled with math disaster ideas, so
I know, it's like I liked magical dog instructions. No. So,
Are those
what
ones
is an
that the dog
MDI?
actually hears?
An MDI is a maze door invention.
Yes. Now this, as near as I can figure, is a term you all made up.
Yes, it is.
But a maze door invention in this book are, the inventions that change everything. So maze door inventions, they're just fantastic creations, and they change life. So they change the world. So past MDIs are the automobile, which, let's face it, changed a lot. The rocket ship, the computer,
Yeah, just a little.
and yeah, a little bit. And hyperviz.
Right?
Yeah. So I like hyperviz.
Yeah, exactly.
One of the first maze door inventions, in fact, was the water wheel, which was invented by Daedalus.
That's right.
There you go.
You learn something when you read comic books. This
Yes.
is why you should.
Get another reason, along with them being fun and cool. They're educational kids.
Okay. Coming up on the last question. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Now, according to this book, Archimedes had a pet owl. And the pet owl's name was?
Fred Armisen. No. Damn it. No. Hootie.
What?
Was it a Hootie? No, it wasn't.
No.
Hootie would be good, though.
Hootie would be good, although a little on the nose, probably.
Wasn't Hedwig.
No.
I thought Hootie was a blowfish, but
Well, he only wanted to be with you, so.
nice.
Jamal, what's the name of it?
The name of our said owl of Archimedes was Musa.
Musa.
Now, I have questions and I have theories.
Mm-hmm.
So first of all, I don't know if Archimedes actually had a pet owl. I think you made that up. But do you remember the 1963 movie Sword in the Stone?
I do, actually, yes.
And you remember that Merlin had a pet?
Yes, I do.
And Merlin had a pet
Owl.
whose name was
Archimedes.
There you go.
So I'm thinking that
There's some synergy there, I think. I think there's a little
yeah, exactly. That or the fact that Musa is there was a movie called Musa, which was about a brilliant inventor kid who invents this robot named Musa to go do stuff. One of the two. I'm going with Sword in the Stone, though.
Yeah.
Now, and that's it. So we've been talking about Dudley Datson and the Forever Machine. It is only available on Comixology, although I guess eventually they'll print paper copies.
There will be a print edition coming out through Dark Horse at some point in the next couple of months.
Yes,
I think.
So that's always fun.
It is coming out. It will be out in print. But yeah.
So, and again, Dudley Datson is the main character. He's a gentleman with a snazzy eyewear and a fun hoodie. He's a 15-year-old with a penchant for invention. And when dastardly foes turn his world upside down, Dudley is going to have to start facing things beyond his wildest imagination.
Yeah.
So some guy named Scott Snyder did some of the writing, but the most important thing, and he'd done a couple things before.
Yeah, he dabbled.
Yeah, a few little things like this. Yeah. Batman book or something like that.
Yeah. But he couldn't draw a corgi. He couldn't.
Nope.
But the real talent who showed up today is Jamal Yasmin Eigel, who is, like we were saying, comic book artist, editor, art director, marketing executive, animation storyboard artist.
I have done a lot.
Yeah, you've won awards like Inkpot Awards,
Yeah.
And Molly Danger, which if you can find it, which is a little bit of a challenge, a lot of fun. You should check it out.
On my shelf.
There you go. Wrong Earth. If you were with us at Baltimore Comic-Con last year, we talked about Wrong Earth, which is a lot of fun.
Yes.
And then what else you were doing? You did Black, which was a sequel to White.
Yes. Well, no, Black came out first, and then White, which was the sequel. And then what else have I done? I did the Mysterious Microface with Alex Segura for NPR, of all places. NPR published a comic book, and we worked on that. I've been doing a lot of covers recently. I did my first Star Trek cover.
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah, so that's coming out from IDW. I did a few other covers. Like, there's stuff slowly trickles out. They usually if they get me to do a cover, it usually ends up on retailer, special limited edition, kind of thing. So, which is cool. It's nice for your ego.
Well, I mean, everything I've ever seen you do is just it's beautiful, but accessible.
Yes. Sharp
and
stuff.
Nice. Yeah. And hey.
Mm-hmm.
You're coming to Baltimore.
I am coming to Baltimore. Baltimore is one of my favorite conventions to go to, and I am looking forward to being there.
Yeah.
And hey, Todd, do you or Jamal, do we have a guess as to what programming Jamal is going to be part of this year?
I don't think we've drafted Jamal yet for any programming this year.
I am willing. I think the only thing that I know that I'm absolutely doing is I'm a presenter at the Harvey this year.
Yeah, Ringo Awards, yes.
The Ringo Awards, sorry.
Yeah, because
I've been going to the show so long. I was there when it was the Harvey Awards.
And hey, the Ringo Awards are one of the few. It's if you're not familiar, it is a award show in comics, and it's one of the few that fans can get tickets to. This that should you want to, watch, and should you want to be a part of it.
It is dedicated to the memory of the late great Mike Maringo, who is a good friend and super talented. It was gone way too soon. So
yeah.
But,
all right, so hopefully the folks who won is coming up.
Dun, 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 dun.
The first place winner gets a free pass. In fact, 2 free passes to the Baltimore Comic-Con. We'll pass your info on to them.
Yeah. With Wilk, I'll ask for you.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And we hope to see you at the Baltimore Comic-Con.
Yeah.
Have a great time. We hope that you're reading Comixology Originals, Dudley Datson, because that's still ongoing, right?
It's done for the moment. I'm actually working on the Wrong Earth again.
Oh.
So the next Wrong Earth comes out at the end of October.
Ooh,
yep.
Cool.
Wrong Earth, also a lot of fun. Look it up. Everything that Jamal does, we pretty much recommend.
We do. Absolutely.
Woo!
Yoo-hoo.
So, hey, thanks for coming. Like, follow, tweet, send us an email. Tell us what you like. Tell us what you don't like.
Check out
Tell
Jamal's
us how.
stuff.
Check out all of Jamal's stuff. Really, blanket endorsement. But above all,
read more comics.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Yes.